You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Oh, God, okay. All right, didn't know how we were starting, but I guess we're starting like this. Jason Hamby, take it over.
It's time.
For?
A long conversation.
Okay, real quick, do you want to make a bet right now on the show that Trinidad Chambliss isn't going to go in the third round, he's going to go before that? Because I will bet you right now on the show. Because you've been very adamant to say that, Trinidad Chambliss next year, take him in the third round. Do you want to wager a bet right now that he goes before the third round?
It's just an example of a guy that I think that would fit my description of what I want the Jaguars to do. I don't want them to wait till the sixth round. I want them to go in the third or the fourth.
I will put it back on the table. Do you want to make a bet that Trinidad Chambliss goes before the third round?
No, because I think he's really good. So I think there's a team that might want to take him in the second.
So then do you want to take Trinidad Chambliss the second round next year?
No, I do not.
Okay.
No, not a second rounder. That's too much. There is a line.
Mm-hmm.
This is not draft the best quarterback and get the best backup of all time, or else you're screwed.
Mm-hmm. All right, Hamby, well, put yourself on the board. Let's go. Backup quarterback talk. This is your time.
Did you enjoy watching Saturday's quarterback play?
Obviously not, but I wasn't just focused on the backup quarterback play.
Of course, neither was I.
Go ahead.
I mean, I think that might be the biggest story right now. It's the O-line, first and foremost, biggest concern. As we welcome everybody in. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday. Brent will be here in a little bit, just coming from practice right now.
Yeah, a couple minutes away. We'll have some live updates from training camp. Mullens also not seen at practice today. No word yet. And we'll get to the news and notes momentarily as the Jaguars almost get ready to welcome the Panthers in town. Joint practice Wednesday and a home preseason game on Friday night at 7:30. But yeah, I mean, Austen, it's the O-line. It's incredibly banged up.
Okay.
And there's some obvious concerns there.
Okay.
And then number two is I think we need to figure out something else at the quarterback position behind Trevor Lawrence.
Defense was great?
No.
Okay.
No, but there are 10 takeaways. Mm-hmm. But I think the second biggest one was, holy cow, man, Nick Mullens didn't look very good.
Nick Mullens did not look really good. I will be honest about Carter Bradley, and I think this was the synopsis of what this team showed. Got off to a rough start. A lot of players got off to a rough start. And, they always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I'm going to be honest. So we'll talk about the backup quarterback position and everything. But I was really nervous sitting there at probably 4:10 then on a Saturday after that opening kickoff and after that opening drive for the Saints.
Nervous?
Because to me it was really apparent that should you have done a little more live periods, live contact in practice. Like that's where I was for that kickoff and that opening drive. You go back to the kick, and this was my concern going into the game, and this is what I talked about in the pregame show as well. They have great drills that they do for tackling, right? They have like these rugby giant rugby dummies that they can hit as hard as they can, drive them to the ground, foot drive, all that stuff. But then when you look at team periods and everything, and I get the primary focus of training camp is to keep guys up and keep guys safe. But when you look at guys, whether it's team run period or the team period in itself, there's a different movement that you have as a defender from just tapping somebody up,
of course,
and actually going for a tackle. And I thought that was apparent on the special teams, the first play of the game, and I thought that was apparent on the second play where Branson Combs essentially squeaked through the hole, untouched, missed him. Then in doing so, he tripped up B.J. Green, who would have had the tackle.
Right.
And then in doing so, then I think it was Strigo on the outside, correct?
Yep, Strigo was there.
Strigo on the outside, peeked in. And then in doing so, Muhammad, who technically didn't make the worst play because it's his job he was supposed to have the C gap, but Muhammad's supposed to make Strigo right, doesn't do that. Estimate whatever his name, bounces to the outside, it's a touchdown.
Right.
Right? Like that's how you got off to the start. I'm like, man, I wonder if this is going to come down to – I thought that was like, okay, that was the first play of the game on defense. I'm like, this better not be a thing where it's like guys can't get lined up properly, guys can't take proper steps because maybe they haven't had enough physicality in training camp.
Okay.
Well, then they close that door, drive 2, 3, 4. Like, then all of a sudden they kind of got their ground a little bit. But I was nervous. I'm going to be honest. I was nervous for that first drive because it didn't look up to that, that coach camp quality.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It looked like they could have had him stuffed in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, yeah, you're looking up, 15 seconds in, you're down 7-0. But is that a concern going forward? Because I think that was a concern in the moment. I get it. I'm 100% with you.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about the concern going forward, who do you think won between Branson Combs and Ventrell Miller?
I don't know if either of them won. To me, I
Okay.
didn't see a ton of great reps from either of them, good or bad. I'm not saying they played bad. I'm just saying I'm kind of indifferent there.
Yeah, well, see, to me, it comes down to once again what we've been talking about. Branson Combs had a fantastic pass breakup. He also had a pretty bad play. That'd be a minus on the first play of the game.
Right.
And Ventrell Miller seemed to be the guy that was dependable in terms of stopping the run and the physicality. Like, that's what it is. And I get you're probably going to use both guys in different types of roles, whether it's, third and short or third and long. We'll see, but it's going to come down to, do you want the more sure thing right now in physicality in Ventrell Miller, or do you want the boomer bust of Branson Combs? And I think both guys will have to showcase more against the Carolina Panthers. I'm sure they'll get more playing time, and then we'll see from there. But I'll let you go off with your backup quarterback thing now. Like, yeah, Nick Mullens, horrible, right? Like, this just didn't look good. Horrible passes. Carter Bradley got off to a rough start, but like I said, I do like how he responded. Mm-hmm. There was a drop pass by Pena in the end zone. Yep. That was a beautiful throw.
Unbelievable.
Pena's got to have that, and he had a decent day, Pena did, but should have had a touchdown right there. Is Carter Bradley going to be the answer going forward at the backup quarterback position? I don't know, man. It's hard to say right now. I'm sure there's better guys out there, but I did appreciate how he drove the team down there for that game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to say necessarily that Carter is the answer. That'd be pretty maybe biased if I did. It's just the fact that, all right, you got two completely different quarterbacks here. Mullens is your operator, right? He's the check down dude. He's gonna run the offense, get you in the right play most of the time. But I said it last Tuesday. The arm strength is not just that would be nice to have. The arm strength's a minus. It stands out, Austen. Relative to almost any other quarterback in the league, there's not many quarterbacks that I feel like have. I mean, the ball's just floating. The ball doesn't seem to have any pop, any velocity on it. And obviously, that's one thing. The red zone interception's another. That's just a horrible decision. And especially if you don't have that zip on the fastball, it's never going to get there. Mm-hmm. Carter's a completely different player. Carter has all the arm talent in the world. He put that on full display. Carter doesn't know how to throw the ball soft. Sure. I mean, even on his checkdowns, there was a drop check down. Who was it to? Regardless, it was.
Was that Dallas?
I get, yeah. So it's like it was probably a 60-mile-an-hour pass. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's 8 yards away. The other thing Carter doesn't know how to do is check the ball down. He did that time, but rarely does. On the pick, he's got a wide open check down. He's not going to take it. Yeah. He's never been one, even Providence days, not one to take the check down. He's always going to try to fit it in there, and sometimes it works. Like the drop pass to Pena, that was the best pass of the day by either team. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it doesn't work through the pick because you try to fit it in there in a really tight window. Mm-hmm. So if you could combine them, the two quarterbacks, I feel like you'd be in great shape.
Yeah, if only, right? And I saw the Delphonic talking about how what did Delphonic, because I'm looking live at the stream and now he's gone here, but
I got you.
The Delphonic had a comment I wanted to get to.
Where did it go? Oh, as soon as I saw the kickoff coverage, I said, "Here we go again." And then he said,
the quarterback just spoke on it.
I understood signing Mullens last year because he knew the system and could help Trev. Now that we're in year 2, he can be upgraded, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
I'm going to err on the side of Carter Bradley now, just because once again, and I've spoken this many times in terms of the backup quarterback position. When you have a young quarterback who's still learning a system and everything, who's still getting his feet on the ground, you want to have a veteran quarterback just to bounce things off of. Trevor Lawrence now is past that. you don't need a seasoned vet to show him the ropes. Now it's on Trevor Lawrence to kind of coach up the next kid. Not to say he's going to take Trevor Lawrence's job, but obviously you want to get a younger guy with maybe some promise, some talent, maybe, has to get it between the ears a little bit, but that's where he can learn from Trevor Lawrence. That's the ideal scenario now. We don't need a veteran quarterback with maybe minimal arm strength who knows the playbook in and out. Trevor's shown that he can handle it. So, yeah, I'm going to err on the side of Carter Bradley, or I'm going to err on the side of maybe a younger guy out there that you're going to bring in. The issue, though, is say, and I don't even know right now, say there's a highly touted backup quarterback that becomes available. Okay, well, you sign him, but you're not going to sign him and then release either Mullens or Carter Bradley. You let probably one of those guys go, but you still need a guy who's versed in the system.
Right.
Because knock on wood, and hopefully this doesn't happen, but let's say Trevor goes out for a couple plays against the Cleveland Browns. You mean to tell me you're just going to throw in a quarterback you got off, the waiver wire and say, go win us a football game? Probably not. There is an acclimation period.
Wouldn't be ideal. The Rams did it with the Baker Mayfield, but I know that's an outlier.
Yeah, because he's been a starter for years,
sure.
too. So, yeah, it's not ideal however you look at it. But if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, what I'm looking at on the waiver wire, or even a late-round trade possibility, is getting a guy that's got some arm talent, that has some promise, that just needs to sit and learn. We're past the point now of veteran quarterbacks, I feel like. I mean, if Joe Flacco becomes available, week 17 or something like that, and you need him, maybe. But at the end of the day now, it's time to go in a younger, more exciting direction, I feel like.
Yeah, and it's just the fact. I mean, I guess if I were to guess what the Jaguars would do, they're going to keep Mullens, and they're going to hope Bradley gets through.
I disagree with that, Hamby. I think Mullens, and I don't want to say he got benched or anything, but I thought the way that he played, and then I assume it was Liam Cohen's decision, unless Grant was calling the rosters as well, but to not even let him try to make up for the mistakes and the bad look showed a lot to me.
Oh, I disagree. I think you're putting a little bit too much on that. I think the whole plan the whole time was for him to get a certain amount of drives.
Okay.
And Carter to go in.
But
what he did.
But you don't think Grant Udinski or Liam Cohen wanted to give Mullens confidence? You don't think they would have been, okay, well, we had you going for maybe 2 drives. It hasn't looked good, but we need you in the regular season, so we're just going to take you out, even though right now your confidence on the sideline, what we saw, probably wasn't the best.
I mean, I do just think that they know what they have in Mullens way more than they know what they have in Carter. So it's not high on the priority list for them to get Mullens confidence and Mullens as many reps as it is Carter. So I think they stuck to the game plan.
What's up, Brent?
What's up?
Backup quarterback talk, man.
Yeah, I know. I was a little not surprised. That was the story coming out of the weekend. I kind of said yesterday, what a time to be alive when the backup quarterback is the biggest issue, maybe mixed in with the offensive line in Jacksonville coming out of a preseason game. A little bit different than we've had in the past. Let me just give you a little bit, shed a little bit of light, I think, on the Mullens stuff. First of all, he wasn't at practice today, but I think the combination of what you were just talking about, and Hamby's not wrong. I mean, the plan was not for Mullens to play very long. Sure. That doesn't mean you're not right. That, hey, why not just stick it out for another series, get things going correctly. But I do think, and maybe we hear from, Coach doesn't really mention injuries much, but the reason he's not out there, too, I think, he had his left shoulder being looked at during the game down there. Now, in the preseason, they don't do injury reports. They don't have to. And so they're not doing them. But I don't know anything more than that other than what I saw with his shoulder getting looked at on the left side, his left shoulder, non-throwing shoulder. I think he took a hit on the QB sneak.
Okay.
So that's all I know. I'm not diagnosing him. It might be nothing, but it's probably why he's missing practice today. And also why he wouldn't have gone back in, even if they thought about maybe saying, hey, let's get some more reps out there. Mm-hmm. I think there's another thing, and Coach mentioned this at halftime to us, but also in the postgame. I mean, they got a blocking problem right now with that front. I mean, they had one on Thursday in the joint practices, and this is why I think it's a little overblown. I'm not here to defend Nick Mullens and say he's the greatest thing. I'm not telling you that they can't upgrade the backup quarterback. This is why also I'm like, all right, settle down a little bit on the backup quarterback spot in Jacksonville. I mean, they can't block completely on the offensive front. The head coach is saying it. I mean, it's really hard to operate. And so I don't think that helps the quarterback out any. for sure. So I just don't think they're putting everything on Mullens. You can have your opinion on Mullens. You might be exactly right about everything else. Did he play well? No. The throw that he made, not good. All that stuff because he had time there, right?
Of course.
No doubt. But I also think right now from an operations standpoint, they're factoring that in. That specifically, and they were okay on the interior there, but on the outsides, they were really struggling in the first half of that game based on the offensive line. So I think they're throwing all of that into the equation. And I just don't think there's urgency right now in the backup quarterback spot. Hopefully you don't have to play that card at all, to all your points.
Yeah.
But when you do, if you want a real upgrade, you're going to have to move a pick or something for that at some point in the season. Most likely. I don't think that's something you're addressing right now. You can if you want, but I just don't think you're addressing it to the point that you want it addressed, Hamby, or other people want it addressed without spending a pick on it at some point in October or November because you think you have to make a move.
No, without a doubt. And we'll see how we'll see what the injury maybe is and everything, but I'll say this much about it. Yes, it wasn't ideal for Mullens in that game. Offensive line wasn't blocking to their fullest potential. Yeah, and that's a big question mark going forward as well that we got to talk about. But also I think your job as a backup quarterback is you go in and nothing's going to ever be ideal. Like, knock on wood, heaven forbid you have to go in during a regular season game and Trevor's out. Like, that ain't going to be ideal. But the job of a backup quarterback is to try to handle that chaos, find calm in that chaos, and lead your team to a win. And when Nick Mullens was kind of scot-free and nobody was by him, there were some bad throws.
Yeah.
So that needs to go into account. And also, and I feel like was outplayed by Carter Bradley, and Carter Bradley kind of had the same offensive lineman going against the same Saints defenders for a little bit as well. So I think that is all telling in terms of how this thing can shake out.
Yeah.
D-Rock just tweeted, Mullens out on the practice field now, no helmet or pads.
Yeah.
Might be banged up then.
Yeah, he's banged up. I mean, listen, the reality, I saw what I saw. I know I saw it. And but you're probably not going to get major updates. But when the guy's getting the shoulder looked at and he's not out there the next day of practice, I think it's pretty apparent, right? I don't think we're making stuff up there. But to the severity of it, I have no idea. And listen, they like him in the room. That's a big part of the quarterback room. And if they need someone for 4, 6, 8 games, then obviously they need an upgrade, no doubt. They don't need Tristan Chambliss.
Freaking Trinidad, Bob.
I mean, Trinidad, sorry. Why did I say Tristan?
It's a great question, man.
Trinidad
messing up
Chambliss.
names lately.
I guess so. The Trinidad Chambliss.
I just don't.
And
to put a bow on it, though, I don't like the emergency plan idea of we're only going to address this if and when there's a disaster and we need somebody for 6 games.
I get what you're saying. New England did it for a long time, okay? You get your franchise quarterback, and New England put Ryan Mallett out there, right? And then they picked up who else did they pick up? They ended up trading away.
Well, I mean, Jimmy G was one.
Jimmy Garoppolo in the 2nd round, I think it was. I think Mallett might have been a 3rd rounder.
Matt Castle.
Matt Castle was maybe a 4th rounder. So, like, it's been done. I totally get it. I understand the idea of it. I'm not telling you it's the worst thing in the world to do it. But come on. Like, first of all, they didn't do it this year. They're still in building mode and trying to win big, right? The Patriots were in, hey, we got 3 Super Bowls under our belt.
Yeah,
when they're
our
doing that
roster's
stuff.
pretty solidified.
Yeah, right.
Like the Jaguars right now need their 3rd round. Like Pregnon, for as bad as the offensive line we want to talk about, Pregnon was kind of a bright spot.
Major upside.
So now all of a sudden we're talking about how is he going to be in the running depending on injuries for week 1?
Yeah.
That's a 3rd round, that's a guy that you need. Albert Regis, 3rd round pick.
3rd round pick.
Pretty nice quarterback sack.
Right now
So
you need those guys. Interior, right? They needed help.
You need those guys right now.
What I liked about that day is for a moment you got Pregnon, Monheim, and Milam. I think it was like 11 snaps. But you got those guys. You're like, wow, that's pretty cool that you could see that for the next decade.
Yeah.
If it all works out, right? I mean, that's being super positive that it works out. But they like Monheim. We think they like Milam. Everybody loves Pregnon, and Pregnon played well. Like the other 2 guys didn't really flash, but he played well in that game, at least had some nice moments, and gives you some hope that, wow, because to be honest with you, that was the one pick that I don't really think they planned on doing too much with.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, we're not going to go crazy on this. He's a young guy.
It was a value
we got
pick.
Ezra Cleveland, who's, by the way, was very good last year, maybe your best guy. And so you don't need to force him into action. Well, the way the offensive line is right now, you might need to force some people into action. And you feel pretty good about a showing like that if he's a snap away from having a play. But let's also not go crazy on it because it was against 2s and 3s and other things. So anyway, I thought that part was nice to at least see out on the field. How much we got of it, not much. Back to your point, I heard the beginning of the show on the defensive stuff, and I thought Hamby said a good thing. Like, you're interested in that Ventrell Miller and Combs competition, and like, we're presenting it as a competition. It is a competition, but it's really not a competition.
Okay.
Because they're going to play complementary. They're going to use those guys in almost like a platoon way.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
right?
Yeah,
and you said that. You mentioned
I said that, but who's getting used more?
Well, I don't have a good answer for you because I think that might change week to week, whether you're playing the Tennessee Titans who are going to run the ball or, whatever. I don't know, depending on the old Tennessee Titans who would run the ball, and so you're going to play more of the linebackers, or how much are you playing dime? I mean, it might be dictated by the actual game flow.
Sure.
I don't have a good answer for you. I would think right now Ventrell Miller is going to run out there because you want to stop the run on first down. Right. So I think that's his strength. That's where they use him. Totally different strengths these guys have. This is not, my point is, this is not necessarily Devin Lloyd and Ventrell Miller. Like, Lloyd and Miller were both, their weakness was against the pass.
Yeah.
This is more of a complementary thing where I think that makes it feel a little bit less of a competition.
Yeah. How much of a battle is it then?
Between Ventrell Miller and Combs?
Mm-hmm.
It is a battle, I think. Like, I don't think there's a starter right now. Like, I think they're...
Oh, yeah, I think it is a battle. I'm just saying both are going to play. It's not like one guy's playing 85%
yeah,
of the time and the
yeah.
other guy's playing 50. Like, Devin Lloyd took all the reps, essentially.
Correct.
Right? Once he won the job, Ventrell Miller was hardly out there.
Yeah, but
that's not going to be the case here.
But also, I think Branson Combs, and once again, like, he had a great pass breakup, and we talked about it. It started off a little shaky, but then ended decent. Yeah, I mean, you're going to use both guys, but my only question is, you play in Cleveland week 1, 11 personnel. Who's going to be out there?
I think it's Ventrell Miller.
Okay. And I honestly, I'm sitting here saying I don't know.
You don't know.
Like, because if you go nickel and maybe you want to blitz, are you going to have Combs out there over Ventrell Miller? So I still think right now that position's definitely up for grabs. One thing I told you guys to watch was the safety position. And, man, you talk about a competition. Well, this is going to be hard to judge.
Yeah.
Because if you go off of what this regime has been all about and hustle, well, then Jalen Husky might be getting some more starting reps. Caleb Ransall didn't lose it, though, and neither did Runyon Lane. And I spoke on it in terms of that third safety, I think, is going to be monumental in how this defense is going to operate. So whether it's Ransall, whether it's Lane, whether it's Husky, I think one of those guys is going to be called upon a lot. I just don't know after that first game, the first preseason game, which dude it's going to be, because I didn't really have an issue with any of them.
Yeah. Husky really, to me, kind of came, probably not talked about enough how much he flashed, or at least was involved. Now, sometimes that's just being a safety. Like, he smothered the one catch and was right there on the tackle. Like, did he do anything great? No, but he was right there, and that's just being a safety.
That's more than we saw from Ransall, though.
But, yeah, just didn't see Ransall. Ball didn't find him, whatever. Right. I agree with you. I don't say he played bad. I just do think it goes along with his quiet camp still, though.
But if you watch the tape, that could be a different story. Like, if the coaches are watching the tape and they're seeing Ransall just had good coverage and the ball didn't go his way, well, then that's different than what we'll say, because you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, because Husky's chasing a guy down to the 12-yard line. I mean, it's an awful play for the team, but it was good hustle by him.
And this is the thing, too, and this is the Trent Baalke in me. You look at Husky, like his size and stature.
Yes.
And he just, it makes sense as that box safety.
Yeah,
like, it makes sense if you're in a nickel and he's just kind of, I don't know what they even call the position. I don't know if it's a joker. Every team's got a different name for it, wild card. But he's the dude where I feel like you can do a lot of things with him just based off of size.
Austin, explain to the people what box safety, what you mean by that.
Basically, if we think they're going to go a lot of dime this year,
three safeties,
one linebacker who will be obviously Foye Lucan setting the defense. There's going to be a safety that's just going to kind of be like this. We can call him a joker, call him a wild card, where he's going to be all over the field. Like, they're going to use him in different things.
So he's roaming.
Whether it's blitzing, whether it's on the line of scrimmage stopping the run, whether it's going to be behind a 3 technique and setting a game, like, he's going to be asked or drop back into coverage, right? Like, that's what that third safety I feel like is going to do. And if you've watched Green Bay when Coach Camp was there, if you watched a little bit of Miami, they love doing it. In Green Bay, they called it a cycle package. basically everyone stands up, and then you don't know where the pressure's coming from. Guys dropping back, guys blitzing. I don't know what they're going to call it here yet. I haven't asked Coach Camp that. But I just feel like you look at Husky, you look at the size and the demeanor, it's like, man, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they actually have two very – I mean, the physical presence of both those guys, right? Husky and Ransaw. Differently, though. Ransaw, with his skill set, is better suited to be a free safety anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Because showcase the speed, former cornerback, like those kind of things. So, I mean, they're not necessarily – you wouldn't call that a battle, but how instead you want to employ it. Because isn't Husky a little bit more like Antonio Johnson in that sense, where you can drop him down the nickel? And
I'm going to call it a dime battle, though.
Yeah.
Because either, if it's going to be Husky there, you bring him in the box. If it's going to be Ransaw, then maybe you bring Murray in the box and you drop,
Interchangeable. And Antonio Johnson's the guy really right now that's probably the most versatile.
Yeah. Right.
The way he's played. He's played excellent in camp. Mm-hmm. He played excellent last year.
Yeah.
But to get him going in and out, I feel like that's from that nickel corner to that box safety, however you want to label all of them, I think he has that versatility to do so.
And Delphonic, to answer that question, I agree as long as you have the physical safeties to do so. Because what you worry about, and this is why like the Seahawks were great, and this is why the Rams were great, is because they have physical. I mean, obviously they had good defensive lines, but they have physical safeties too, who are almost like your linebackers. Like that's what you need out of 12 and 13 personnel. Like say you bring Ransaw in the box, okay, can he hold up? Like if it's going to be a short run, like are you confident that he can hold up and help you out, or does he get blown off the ball and now all of a sudden you lost the line of scrimmage? Like. That's the balance you have to have. If you want to go dime against 12 and 13 personnel, you better make sure that you have a safety that's going to be physical enough to stay in that box.
And that's certainly why they drafted Husky. I mean, you even go back to the Hunt on the draft episode. Before they drafted Husky, it was like, this is the answer to bigger personnel. This guy can tackle. This guy's physical. They said it almost verbatim. Like, we know that they, first of all, were doing 12 personnel. That's why they drafted Borkacher. They knew there was that run on tight ends. Their answer to that 100% was Jalen Husky.
Yeah, I think there's two interesting things about this First of all, I feel better right now with this defense in that dime look because I might feel better about a Husky on the field or maybe getting Ransaw on the field than having Ventrell Miller and Branson Combs on the field. I mean, if you want to just throw players out there who you might feel better about, know a little bit more about, like the upside, I kind of like that. Now, it's got to present in that look. I get it. But you've said that the dime look has been really good when you've been out there at practice, right? It's really confusing. To back that up, we talked to Josh Hines-Allen and Trevor Lawrence this week, and Josh is really excited about this defense and the wrinkles that it presents. I thought Trevor was pretty good on this when he was talking with us, just how much different it looks going against their defense at times. And the third down specific chaos that they present on defense with all the moving around, but also shows that they're usually in rhythm. Now, you didn't see a lot of that in the practice against the Saints. That was a problem. There's a little bit of miscommunication in that back end, but on the practice field, it looks like they've had their, I's dotted and T's crossed. So keep an eye on that. But if they are all in sync, Trevor thinks like, man, that's hadn't been easy to go against. And it looks a lot different than what it's looked like. Mm-hmm. And so I think that says a lot about the wrinkles that they might show, but also the continuity that exists and the versatility that exists in their defense to be able to throw a bunch of different guys in different spots. And you've said that, but I just thought it was interesting coming from Trevor, who sees it every day. And then again, we didn't really see it against the Saints on Thursday, and you're not going to see it in the preseason. You're not going to see all those things in the preseason. So just something to keep an eye on and watch week to week. Especially in the month of September, I think.
Well, and the biggest thing is like, yeah, you've seen it in practice. That dime is going to be a problem, right? I mean, I spoke on it when I think it was the first day in pads.
Absolutely. I remember you coming in here and saying it. Like, I couldn't stop it.
But the only thing, so I get it. You're going to do meat and potatoes for the preseason. But I hope we see a little bit of it during the preseason games, simply because we got to know if the physicality is going to stand up. Like, yeah, it's one thing if you're doing team period, Jags on Jags and everything, and, you're just kind of tapping up and everything. You're not really going 100%.
Yeah.
Fine. But what's it going to look like when it's going to be a 13 personnel and it's like, they have to get 3 yards and your safety's got to be in the box? Like, can you handle that and make the tackle and make sure the running back doesn't get the first down? Like,
hard to tell.
That's
right now,
yet to be seen, I feel like.
I think you're right. I heard you when I was coming in that I think I think they're disappointed right now in how this team is playing physically.
Mm-hmm.
I think but I think there's also a sense of, well, I mean, think about the week they just had. I forget Sunday. Sunday was a good offensive practice, and then
they were pretty much
Monday they were off.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, I thought they'd go a little harder on Tuesday, and they really wasn't crazy. And then Wednesday they traveled. Thursday they got the joint session, which was hot, 50 plays, a lot of volume, but it wasn't a great session for the Jags, right? I mean, they weren't completely happy with that. And then Friday you don't play. Saturday you get a good sweat in, and that's about it. Sunday you're off. They really haven't done too much, as specifically the starters, over the last week. You could tell, like I think Cohen said this to us in the presser after the game, hey, we're going to go in pads a bunch this week, right? Like we're ramping this thing up. And I think there was a little bit of that. Thursday he handled the not-so-great practice against the Saints pretty good.
Yeah.
I think by Friday, after watching the film, he was probably a little more pissed off about it.
Sure.
So I just have this feeling that like they're not completely happy right now with where this team is at physically, maybe even condition-wise, and also just meeting their standard. And I think that can be a good thing. Like, I think that's some good things in camp. Like, you don't want everything going great in camp. You want to be able to use this. I think this is going to be great for Liam Cohen to be able to turn around and say, now, listen, last year against Miami, they were able to do that. That was week 3 of the preseason. This is week 1. So I think they got a long way to go. I think they got a lot of time to find that. But I don't think they're extremely happy. Like, I think you could say, and this might be dramatic, but I think you could say there's a little disappointment so far about this camp of where they are at this stage of camp. That might be a little too much, but I'd say a little leaning that way more so than, oh, here we go, right? And But again, I don't think that's a major red flag either. I think that can be a very good thing for the football team. And because we sure as hell don't want to be peaking right now, and you don't want to be peaking in September. I mean, you want this thing to build. But we also know this. They got to be ready right out of the gates. Yeah. And they got to use this weather to their advantage, and also.
Oh, Brent, don't buy into that. Don't buy into that, Brent. Come on, man.
But they will, and so I'll come with you on it. But they also have to start quick. I mean, that schedule is tough as hell in the early going. You can't just slowly ramp up and get away with it. So you have to be playing to a certain level. I think this will be good for them, but I don't think last week was a good week for them. Honestly, I just don't think Monday to Sunday was very good. And we'll see if it improves this week. But I think they're in pads today, tomorrow. I would assume they will be. And then into that joint practice on Wednesday. I think he's going to hammer them a little bit the next couple of days.
Do you think they'll be playing in the preseason?
No. I don't think there's a chance.
Not at all for the preseason?
No.
So does it make you a little nervous that in terms of the starters then, like, for instance, the running backs or, like, Foye or a lot of defensive linemen, the first time that they'll probably be tackling to the ground will be against week 1 against the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, I think there's a level of concern. I do. I can't say.
Yeah, that's a little concerning.
Isn't it? Like,
listen, we do this every year, right? If other teams are doing it, you hope your team is, again, that's why I don't think they're at the standard that they want them at right now, because I think they hope they would be a little bit higher than this to handle that, to be able to say, hey, you don't have to worry about playing in the preseason games. But I also think 3 joint practices versus 1 last year. 3 is the most we've ever seen. And so they're doing that in 50 controlled plays when you're not tackling to the ground and risk of injury. It's probably better than 12 or 15 snaps where there is risk of injury and you get a Chuma Edoga. So I just think that wins out at the end of the day. Yes, still concerning. I think they'll have concern going into that game. But there has to be a standard they meet from a practice standpoint. There has to be a professionalism about it, the continuity, the team that comes back. They have a lot of veterans. Like, they've got to be able to handle that moment. But I do think there should be some concern about it because there'll be a lot of unknown. First time they've really done this since Buffalo of last year.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't think it's super uncommon to see some missed tackles early on in a football game. And in the season, not just by the Jags, just for everybody. And you hope you have less than the other guys. So I do think there's a level of concern, but I don't think there's a chance we see him, man. I just don't. There are a couple of ones I was a bit surprised. First of all, I thought we were going to see Amir Abdullah didn't. So then you got the 2 backs that were pretty much DJ and Jamari Taylor. And I'm even a little bit surprised that they're playing Combs and Ventrell Miller, since we know it's not really like who's going to go take 85% of the snaps. If you're sitting so many guys, Do you need to play them? Now, they haven't had a lot of playing time in their career, so it makes some sense to me.
Combs is the guy you got to see tackle.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I get it. I get it. Like,
well,
I'm not telling you I hate it. I'm just saying you can argue that they wouldn't.
No, I'm all for that, though. Like, it's not like and I get it. You're going to rely on both guys at the linebacker spot, I think. But, like, it's not linebacker by committee. Like, it's not like the running back position.
Yeah, it's a little different, but I think it's closer than it's ever been to that. Okay. I just do. I think it's okay. I don't know what that looks like because, again, it's hard to tell what people are going to line up.
Brandon Combs is your LaQuint Allen. He comes in on third down, and he gets out.
Well, it's hard to tell if it's 2nd and 12, though, right? And he's coming in then, too.
Oh, yeah, so he's
right?
coming in there,
So that's just hard to predict.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict. Were you surprised Matt Dickerson didn't play? Because you're talking starters. Matt Dickerson's not a starter. And really, you can wonder where he is on the depth chart, I think, going into this game. Now you have no wonder. Like, they like Matt Dickerson and value Matt Dickerson to the point where this guy who played his first game for the Jags in December of last year, even though he was on the practice squad since late August. I mean, what a story. And we did this in our pregame show, but we've said this a lot. He's a great example.
He is.
I mean, what a story, though, for him to be one of the guys that you're sitting out because you value him so much.
Yeah, and once again, I don't know if there's any injuries associated with that, but, I mean, all you need to go off of is what Foye said about him. He's the one guy that no one's talking about that you should take note of. Like,
it's also Baselli. When y'all talked to Baselli, he said that Matt Dickerson was a starting first down run defender. I'm almost positive that was the word starting was in there. It was either starting first down defender or starting run defender on the number 1 rush defense in the NFL. So in their eyes, he's not a 3-down starter, but he is a run defending starter. He is their best run defender as a 3-tech. Yeah. So in that sense, he is a starter.
I mean, if Foye gives you the seal of approval, I'm convinced. Like, you should do this to the Jag show with Foye Luakin and just ask him every single week, hey, who do you like? Because just go with that, man. Because what he says usually goes. What happened? Is Zach Dupree okay?
Durfee?
Or I'm sorry, Durfee, not Dupree. Yeah.
Durfee.
He was limited.
Well, so here's the deal on Durfee. He was going to be a game-time decision. I thought he actually played more. I don't know how many reps he actually got, but I thought I saw him sweating deep into that game more than I thought he'd play because they were going to hold him out because he had some I won't say exactly what he had, but they had some minor injuries that he was dealing with.
He was out there for like 5.
Oh, is that all he was out there for? Gosh, I thought he was longer.
Like 5 or 6.
Okay, well, that makes more sense. That was the plan. If he gets out there, it's not going to be very long. So that was intentional. They just didn't want him to re-injure something.
Okay.
And they thought about holding him out.
Do you know what it is?
I mean, not exact. Honestly, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it's not anything major, or they wouldn't even have played him.
Yeah.
Which usually leads to soft tissue kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Just some soreness or whatever. Now, Parker Hughes today went on IR.
Yeah,
done
he's
for
done
your
for the
7th rounder for the Jags.
Okay.
But yeah, Durfee, who had really flashed last week while I was actually up in Georgia at some of those practices, I just don't think we got the full arsenal of him. Maybe by this week we will.
I also called him out in the pregame show. Shout out to Yasir Abdullah.
How about that? Now, that's a great story. Let's take a break. We'll come back. I think Yasir Abdullah. I wanted to get your thoughts on B.J. Green a little bit. I wanted to get your thoughts on Taylor. Like, I know people are buzzing a little bit. Are they over-hyping that a little bit?
It's going to be so tough to make this team.
Just a couple of those thoughts. And the offensive line. We got to go back to the offensive. How concerning is the offensive line? How much is this building? Is this a relax or reality?
If Ezra Cleveland's taking a couple reps at right tackle, that's pretty telling to me. That's more than just mixing and matching.
Walker Little was back at practice today. There's good news there. We're going to have our pregame show Friday. It's a half-hour edition this time around, half-hour postgame show as well. And this week's game is on CBS 47. The Panthers and Jags practice on Wednesday, and then, of course, play on Friday night.
Attention Jacksonville drivers, we heard you loud and clear. You told us oil changes were taking too long, and we listened. That's why we're proud to introduce our brand new Nimnik Express service. We've added additional staff so you can get your oil change without ever having to book an appointment. Just pull into our express lane and we'll take care of it. In the neighborhood, running errands, just realized you're overdue, just stop on in. No appointments, pull in, get out, get going. Nobody but Nimnik.
No one does it better, plays harder, or delivers more sports than CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jags 24/7. The only local, multi-platform, round-the-clock streaming sports show in Jacksonville.
Yeah, thanks, Brent and Austen. I really appreciate you having me on.
From high school football, college game days, the AFC,
wide open, caught for a touchdown.
the NFC,
He gets there, a touchdown, Seattle.
the PGA,
Unbelievable.
World Cup soccer, NASCAR,
Denny Hamlin, big-time victory in Nashville.
baseball,
Ball deep center, up it's going back. The ball is going long.
local Jag shows,
You can feel the energy in here. There should be energy. Jags are in the middle of a playoff race.
and of course, your official stations of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Lloyd, pick six. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
We have all the sports, the exclusive interviews,
We got the best fans in the NFL.
the biggest games, the live events to help make your business soar. So hold on and see why live sports is where you need to be. On CBS 47, Fox 30, and streaming on Action Sports Jags 24/7. Get in the game.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We show no mercy. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown! Duval!
ETN is going to take it all the way.
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jags 24/7 network.
The Blitz is on. Let's go. High school Friday nights are back, and we're kicking it off with a banger. Our high school game of the week, the Columbia Tigers visiting the Bulldogs. A lot of talent on the field, as you guys can imagine. That is this Friday now at 7. The kickoff classics, the preseason games are all in the books. That was last Friday, and this week is week 1 in the high school football season. So as always, we'll have it covered with our game of the week. That'll be aired live, the entire game, on the Action Sports Jags 24/7 network. And we will also have highlights from games across the area. As you also know, the preseason game, the Jaguars preseason game, starts about the same time. So it will not be a 4-hour Friday night zone blitz this week. That we are saving that for 2 weeks from now because the preseason game is this week and next. And then, but yeah, we're 2 weeks away from our 4-hour extravaganza where we take you from 8 o'clock all the way to midnight and give you all the coverage. We're still going to give you plenty of coverage this week, but we're going to pair it with some Jags and all the football that you could possibly ever want.
Yeah, good call of this one on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network with Noah and Brody. By the way, Blitz Breakdown starts tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Is Columbia, is that Georgia? Or is that Florida?
No, Lake City. Yeah,
Lake City.
Florida.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Laramie Tunsil, you're right. Laramie Tunsil's
Okay.
school. They're pretty good. Bowles looks loaded, no doubt. And so we'll see how that one shakes out. Should be fun. First real week, I guess, for everybody now in high school football. We looking forward to our high school football coverage coming up this year. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, and Jason Hamby talked about Nick Mullens. Talked a little bit about that secondary. I don't think yet, though, we've talked enough about the defensive front. Saw some young guys flashing, and really the draft picks overall, like from Pregnon to the Huskies of the world to Wesley Williams. He was involved in that play where B.J. Green ends up getting the fumble. Yep. But that was Yasir Abdullah as well, and we can talk a little bit more about him. But overall, I think you saw – I'll tell you the most promising guy that I saw that I don't think people are talking about enough is Arora. Mm-hmm. He caved the line of scrimmage on the 3rd and short play. He was the guy. I don't know who got credit for the tackle, but he was the guy. I mean, he totally caved that line. I think it was like 3rd and 1. And so you saw some great penetration there. I think he actually had 3 hurries, is what folks said. So there was some penetration stuff there. That was a very good showing for a guy that you figure will be in the mix, but is 3rd on the depth chart right now.
Well, and I get the whole thing of like, whoa, we traded for him. He's 3rd on the depth chart. Like, when we interviewed him, we talked about this. Like, this guy is still learning the game of football.
Yeah,
like he hasn't played it a lot. Like, didn't really play it in high school. Like, college kind of got us putting it underneath him, and then like he gets to the NFL and like he's still learning the position, right? And he's been working with Eric Armstead a lot. So I understand in terms of Rook when you see him out there, all of like the physical traits that you want. Great first step, great pad level, strength and everything. It's just putting it all together now, and it's diagnosing plays and everything, and that just comes with reps. So. Yeah, I understand people were like, well, he's 3rd string and everything. Just let him get his reps, let him grow into this defense, and I think that he could be used a lot on this up-and-coming season.
I think they're going to have some like definite decisions to make on that defensive front because of the draft picks versus like you like guys like Strigo, you like guys like obviously you got Dickerson, and then you add in the Aurora of the world, but Wesley Williams and now we'll see what happens with a guy like Durfee. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think they've got some decisions to make on that front. Regis. But, yeah, I thought that was one of the – I don't think people were talking about that enough. Aurora in a pretty small sample I thought was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And I think that's a hell of a sign. That's a good sign.
Someone said as well, and I agree, Brian Thomas Jr. The other Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah,
really
and
good.
Here's the deal there now. I think they like what he's done. I mean, it's going to be really hard to impact on the 53.
Well, yeah.
But they really like what he's done, and then he shows up again. So I'm always interested in that. Who shows up in the game when people have been talking about it? And you get some of that, and you don't get some of that sometimes, and sometimes just ball doesn't come your way. But B.J. Green, he's been showing up all camp, shows up with a fumble, played a lot of snaps. I thought B.J. played a lot more than I thought he would in that game. Got a lot of reps, a lot of trash talk. I thought he was going to get in a fight one time during one of the timeouts in a review of the touchdown for the Saints. He was yapping the entire time to the offensive line. So another good sign for him.
A great sign for him, and I'm really curious. Like, I think Yasir Abdullah, once again, it's just one preseason game, so let's see how this all pans out here. But you got Jalen McLeod, right? He's didn't play. He's still, I think, a little banged up and everything. And, they invested in him last year. I mean, he's a James Gladstone pick, late round pick, what, sixth?
Yeah.
6th round pick. I mean, they had Yasir 3rd on the depth chart, and then the opening, like, I think he's moved himself up now because I don't think Jalen McLeod's earned anything to say, hey, you're 2nd string.
Yeah, listen, man, I don't know if we heard – I forgot Yasir Abdullah was on the team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how little that people have talked about him. Mm-hmm. Yet, Abdullah was a core special teams guy last year. Very good special teams guy. And showed up.
Showed up in the game against
and then
the
he
Saints,
showed up
too.
again, and then he shows up with the hurry, along with Williams to force the fumble. So I agree with you, man. I mean, I think he's an interesting one to watch because you literally sometimes you just forget guys are still around. There's turnover all the time, and there's just no conversation about them at all. And that doesn't necessarily mean they're not doing anything all the time. But when you have a core special teams guy, and that special teams coach relies on you and really leans on you, you better be able to replace that, or your position is safe. I mean, Dewey Wingard made the roster here in Jacksonville for a couple of years and bought his time by doing that. Players do that. That is an important thing. Not important to you, really not that important to me, very important to the people inside that building. And, I mean, I can think of 3 or 4 times last season I thought he was awesome on special teams.
Yeah.
And, hey, oh, by the way, the Jags special teams unit didn't look so good. and at times last year on kick return, didn't look so good. So if you got one guy that's really good, I'm not sure you want to be taking that away.
Yeah.
I mean, his roster spot actually might be safe because of it.
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
But
It might be safe.
Yep. Yeah, especially if McLeod can't go. We'll see. You have to be available.
You can stash McLeod on the practice squad probably.
Well,
with
without
no
a doubt,
fear.
because right now, I mean, and once again, we got 2 more preseason games. But if Absir Abdullah keeps balling out, you're not just gonna stash him. Some team will pick him up.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. Again, you feel like you're an upper echelon team. There'll be teams all over the league that are looking for Abdullah.
Yeah.
You know, both Abdullahs if you put them on the practice squad, really.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the run game, Jamari Taylor. Hey, listen, I thought it was good. I thought it was nice to see. I also think it was a little bit overplayed. How good? I mean, it was 22 carries for 78 yards.
Not a great clip.
Yeah, I mean, okay, the yards per carry, the average wasn't the best, but I'll tell you what I liked about Jamari Taylor. Rookie.
Yep. Debut.
First game when the lights are on.
Yep.
First time taking contact.
Yeah.
Right?
Good point.
But I appreciate how, number one, they gave him a full workload, and
sure
he showed that he can handle that, so I like that. But I like the way that he runs. Not the same player, but remind me of the way that he hits the holes, James Robinson. Didn't dance, lowered his shoulder, and try to get positive yards. And I think especially as a rookie sometimes where you're coming from college where, let's be honest, if you're even an undrafted free agent out of college, you're probably a pretty good running back, right? You probably got by with your speed and your agility and everything, so you can just kind of dance back there and make plays. The NFL, it's vastly different. And I thought for what he was asked to do, and I thought for given the amount of reps that he got, was it outstanding? No, we didn't see a signature hurdle or something like that. But I thought it was meat and potatoes. I thought he lowered his shoulder. I thought he didn't really delay in the hole. Got hit behind the line of scrimmage a couple times. I wasn't mad at it. Now, are you going to fit him on that roster? Probably not. This is going to be a guy you're probably going to have to stash on the practice squad. Hopefully it doesn't get picked up.
Yeah, I think the Jamari Taylor, what I liked about him is I hadn't really talked to him at all until after the game. And you see, I mean, it's a small guy in stature. Let me just double check. Oh, maybe this one doesn't have it. Shoot. I don't. Oh, no, it does have it. Hang on. Give me a second. He's a 5'9" guy. 5'9", 204. But it's like you can just see the guy. He can hide. He can hide, make himself small, but also be slippery, I think, because he's strong. He's a big dude. So I like that. It kind of feels a little bit like a very light Maurice Jones-Drew in that sense, where you're so small and compact that it's really hard to find you at times behind the line of scrimmage. And then you can break through some stuff and hit the holes and all the things that you said. So yeah, I like what I saw. I just thought people are it was a lot of conversation. I was okay, well, I mean, it's okay. Yeah, I don't think all of a sudden it's going to bump somebody out. The Jags have. Here's another thing that got my attention, Austin. The Jags. I said this about Dickerson, and I'm not surprised that LaQuint Allen and Bashal Tutin didn't play. We wondered that a little bit. Could the running backs play a bit, especially Tutin has somewhat of a small sample in the league, or could LaQuint Allen be given a little bit more? But it really says a lot when second-year players, maybe even more than the Dickerson stuff, he's at least a 7th or 8th year guy. The second-year player not playing in preseason games, and you basically said, we know your role. for this team. Like, to me, that's, again, different than Travis Hunter. I'm talking about a 4th-round pick and a 7th-round pick. And in that backfield, they are so valued and so important that they don't want to risk them in that setting. And even if you could see a little bit more expansion in terms of the workload of LaQuinn Allen, they're not willing to risk what he does on 3rd downs and the physicality that he has to put him out there and do it in a preseason game. And that was a little, walking around on the side, I was like, wow, that is pretty wild. I don't remember second-year guys picked in the 4th and 7th round. I mean, Brenton Strange would play in that game in his 2nd year, right? Parker Washington was playing in his 2nd year. They were like, no, we can't have these guys playing.
I mean, you got Cam Scatterbo. Didn't he play a little bit?
Yeah, he did play.
Yeah. Like,
as a bigger investment, too, right?
Yeah.
But even the offensive linemen, Milam and Monheim, who, again, it makes sense that they played, but those are second-year guys with a beat-up offensive line. They said, hey, we got to get them some work. But they didn't feel that way about Tootin and LaQuinn Allen. It just caught my attention in, like, real time on the sidelines. Like, wow, those guys have already got their roles carved out for them.
Yeah. And maybe I'm wrong. Cam Scatterbo, did he actually play? I saw him warming up. I don't know
maybe it was a warm-up video. It was a warm-up video.
I mean, I know Jackson Dart played, but I don't know about
then
Cam.
he must have played. Did he play?
I think he did.
He did.
But the video that was going around was the warm-up video, though.
Yeah.
Because remember, somebody said something about his leg.
Yeah.
I saw a video of it.
Maybe he did. Maybe. I'll be honest. I didn't watch.
Speaking of Jackson Dart, oh my gosh, like that's why you don't play, right?
Look who you're talking. You're talking about John Harbaugh.
Jeremiah Love.
He's going to win the preseason.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love.
John Harbaugh will win the
he does. You're right
preseason
about that.
Super Bowl. Dude doesn't lose in the preseason.
That was the first win for Cohen, right? They lost all 3 games last year in the preseason.
Oh no, they tied. But yeah, the first win.
Tied last year. That's right. Yeah. So first win.
Yep. And I think Kellen Moore's still looking for his first win too.
There we go.
I don't think they won last year. That was a talking point.
Jackson Dart, I saw this. I don't know if this was just I don't think it was a joke. He's visited the blue tent in 43% of his starts, including the preseason.
There we go.
I mean, like, is there like a poly market or whatever the hell those things are called on that?
Oh, yeah.
Cowshy or something?
Yeah,
like, can you do something on that? Like blue tent or no? Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good bet.
100%.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Gonna need Tracy to pick up that blitzer there. Yeah. I mean, what's not what do you want Jackson Dart to do? Like,
and in fairness, you usually don't get those in the preseason.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of that blitz. Some people will, but you don't get a ton of that usually.
I know. I understand the Giants lost. It's just it wasn't for
want to win.
Wasn't for a lack of effort.
Yeah, they win 23 in a row or something at one time
in Baltimore. Yeah,
something like that. So one of the most insane stats ever was that record for Baltimore. All right, offensive line. How concerned are you?
I mean, you have to be a little bit because we don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what. Cole Van Lanen. We're not sure where that's gonna be. Okay. Our depth against the Saints, like, those are some of the guys that you expect maybe to push for playing time. And I get it. Like, who was the one the tackle that kept on jumping off, or the false start who just got there? Whatever.
61 or 2.
Christian.
Yeah.
Left tackle.
61.
He obviously didn't have a great game.
No.
Right?
I felt bad for him, actually.
That was a rough one. Yeah, it's just you just don't know what you got right now. And that's an issue.
Well, they don't have a lot. They might not have as much depth as they think they had. I think that's the curiosity. They feel like they've got 9 guys that can play and they can get away with if they're healthy. Mm-hmm. Now, they just lost 9 or 10 of them, really. But they just lost Adoga, and that looks pretty serious. Again, we're probably not getting major updates unless Cohen just said something in the last 45 minutes. But I would not plan on him.
Macari, we don't know. Because isn't Macari banged up?
Yeah, he's just still, well, I don't know if he's banged up as much as they just haven't put him in team. It's got a little Eric Armstead to it last year. Remember Armstead didn't do the team stuff?
Yeah.
But now Macari coming off back injury. So I get that. But as I've said now multiple times, the Jags are going to make it, like, without question. They're going to get to the preseason without those 5 guys that are probably going to run out there, if healthy, practicing once together in camp.
Like, I don't like that.
I mean, the first time they practice together will be the game week.
Well, and I don't like that they're probably not going to play. They're not going to play in a preseason game together. Like,
they're not going to play.
And I get it,
but they're not going to practice.
Well, I know, but it's the NFL, right? So you're going to always rotate guys. Like, injuries happen, right? So the offensive line that you start with won't be the offensive line that you end with. Usually, it's how it goes in the NFL. But no, I don't like how there doesn't seem to be any type of gelling. Like, we don't know about Macari. We don't know about Cole Van Lanen. Like, I don't like that going into week 1 against Cleveland.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I'm just taking it to another level. Like, it's really wild that, like, they're not even going to practice. Forget about playing. The preseason's a choice. Like, practice, you don't usually want that choice. Here's what is this the offensive line this year? I think you have a graphic, right, Hamby? Is this the offensive line that's rolling out there in week 1, if healthy? I know we're all wondering about Cole Van Lanen. And by the way, there's still doubt about that, like whether Van Lanen's going to be ready to go. And they'll be smart with that. I mean, is he ready to go in week 1? Well, if he's close but not ready, why would you put him out there? You wait until week 2 or week 3. Walker Little back at practice today. He has not been practicing. Obviously, McCary has not been doing the teamwork for a long time now. Monheim and Milam, mixed results, along with Anton Harrison, quite frankly, in that practice against the Saints. And then beyond that, it's like, go look on the waiver wire when the cuts go down. Yeah. Because I mean, those are your guys, especially now with Adoga out. And by the way, there was a lot of respect and appreciation for Chuma Adoga overall. What he did last year, what he could bring to the table, their comfort level with him playing multiple positions on the offensive line. Well, now they're going to lose that, at least for some time. So, yeah, I mean, I think the good news here is long term, let's just say middle of September. Outside of Adoga, there are not major problems, it looks like, from an injury standpoint. But I still think it's a hell of a red flag, to your point, not playing the preseason at all maybe, but really not even playing the joint practice or a practice, possibly until early September.
So is this the ideal starting offensive line? Sure.
It is.
I mean, well, is it ideal? Sure, but we don't know what Cole Van Lanen and McCary are going to be.
But we're going to hope that they're healthy. Would you say full health?
If they're still healthy, for me, I'd still rather have Cole Van Lanen on the left side. I want fewer question marks and more knowns. I know what Anton's going to give me at right tackle. Him at left tackle still an unknown. If the whole offensive line is a big concern, I don't want to take those risks. Give me Anton at right and give me Cole Van Lanen at left, where at least at the end of the day, I've seen more reps from Cole at left than Anton, which are 0.
But Cole's got 0 reps at left tackle this year in training camp.
I understand that.
Anton Harrison had all those reps in college and has had reps in training camp. Like, I'm when it's my quarterback's blind side, I'm going with the guy that seems to be a little more like has a rhythm going on than Cole Van Lanen. Not to say the rhythm was great, because, and once again, I wasn't at practice. I don't know how many of his 6 sacks that Chase Young had against Anton Harrison, but I'm taking Anton Harrison left. I don't know about McCary. I really don't, because if it's, and I get, okay, you give him the Eric Armstead treatment, okay, that's fine, but like at some point, if you're doing individual stuff, I feel like you got to go in there for team period. So then, if that's the question, then I'm looking at either, Milam, who I think did okay. So Milam looked good in the run. The pass game, he still looks like he's getting his footing down.
Does it?
He was at right guard in the preseason?
At the guard position.
He was?
He was at right guard.
Right guard.
Yeah.
Pass set wasn't the best.
Yeah.
And then you got the other side where it's like, well, do you – I don't know. Like, I mean – Pregnon
looked the best, but Ezra Cleveland was your best offensive lineman last year, I think.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, do you just say, okay, that was one great game, Pregnon, you're the right guard now? Like, probably not, right? So he's got to earn more. But here's what I think about Pregnon. I think Pregnon in that game has earned himself some more reps. He has earned himself some more, because that's what the preseason games are, right? Like, you ball in the preseason, the coaches take a look at you and they go, okay, let's take a closer look at him, see what he can do.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what Pregnon's earned. Now, whether he takes that and he rolls with it against the Carolina Panthers practice team or in the game, but he's earned more of a spotlight.
Hey, by the way, there's a huge development coming out of Cohen this morning, which, and I'll say I stand corrected, but I don't really feel like I was telling you a non-truth. And this will show you, I think, where their mentality is at. But he just got off the podium moments ago and said that it's trending toward playing the starters Friday.
Slow down, chill out.
Right
here. Some reps too. We got to get Carter and Joey some more reps, and when Nick's able to go, we'll get him back out there.
Does that change your thought on whether Trevor plays Friday night?
Yeah, I'm trending towards us potentially playing Friday night a little bit with the ones.
Again, that is a change. I'm just telling you straight up. That is a change.
Yeah.
And so what it says to me is what I told you I thought at the bottom of the hour, Austin, the first hour, is I don't think they're very happy right now where they're at. And so I think you could see what that happens Wednesday. If they feel a little bit better and if they think they got enough work out of it, then maybe they won't play him Friday. I think this will truly be a Wednesday afternoon and a Thursday now decision if they do play. But he's already thinking about playing them, which shows you they're not completely happy with where they are. Again, I'll say it physicality-wise, standard-wise, how they've practiced so far this camp. And they're like, all right, fine. You haven't earned that. We're going to play a little bit. That's my take on it. That's my interpretation.
No, and listen, I like to hear it right now. If an injury occurs, knock on wood, well, then we're going to say, well, what was that? Right? So you got to tiptoe that line. But I agree. I think physicality right now is a little bit of a question when you're trying to base your entire identity around that, and based off of what we've heard, or what you've seen in practice with the Saints, but what we've heard with practice in the Saints, set aside from a little illegal stream going on there, what we've seen in the preseason game, like, yeah, I think that there has to be some live game reps in the preseason to reaffirm that you guys are doing things the right way.
And I should have played it a little bit longer, but he said exactly that. He was like, when we looked at the rest of the schedule and how many padded opportunities we have, we just didn't have enough, and we want them to get more work, and we couldn't do it today. So he said could even play a couple of drives Friday night because they would need more good on good. They need more one-on-ones.
Well, and you don't know what the situation there is with Carolina may be playing their guys too. Like maybe there's conversation. I think they knew right away that the Saints weren't going to play their guys in the week one. And so, okay, well, we're not going to go against twos because you know how that goes sometimes, right?
Yeah.
A guy's trying to make the team and it gets a little chippy or guy going crazy after the whistle or whatever else. And so I think they're apprehensive about that. I'm just telling you, this is not his belief system. His philosophy is not this.
No, look where it comes from.
Yeah, and so
but at least he can pivot. He's a guy that can pivot.
Well, that's fair enough, right? And
I think he deserves a little credit for that. He's not stuck in his ways saying, I'm not going to play him no matter what. He thinks they need work. They're going to get him work.
I think Wednesday will go a long way in telling you if he thinks they need him. Because, again, if they go a little hard in practice this week and then they have a good day Wednesday, why would you need Friday for 12 snaps? Why would you risk it?
And one more note on that. He said they planned on doing more padded stuff today, and they cut it short.
Oh.
For a couple of different reasons. They wanted to do a little bit more, and they decided not to.
Okay. So, again, they're navigating this
a
little bit. But I think it just speaks volumes to where he thinks they're at versus where he had hoped they would be at this stage of the middle of August. And maybe I'm not overdramatic in saying I think they're a little bit disappointed in camp so far.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, would that be a decent interpretation?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
No, yeah, I'm just saying, are they would you say they feel like they're disappointed so far to this stage of camp?
Yeah. I mean, I spoke on it. Like, that practice against the Saints, either you won or you lost.
Yeah.
And we can sit here and say, okay, the red zone period helped save them, but like by all indications, like
I told you in
the
real
Saints,
time.
The Saints were the more physical team. So if your whole ethos, if your whole belief system is physicality, and you're not seeing it, then go out there and get your reps.
Yeah.
Well, that makes Friday a lot more interesting.
Well, it certainly does. Listen, we don't mind that.
Yeah, great news for us.
CBS 47 and Fox 30. Yeah. Like it's a little bit more fun. I was already preparing my pregame rundown.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit
it a little bit.
Good. Good.
But that does, and even to the point of some of my requests this week, because I was totally under the impression that they would be going the backups. So anyway, we'll see. Travis Hunter also talking today. By the way, what you got, Hamby?
If I could throw out one more note, going back to the offensive line, you talk about Pregnon. Well, again, I don't know how many reps, but we know Ezra Cleveland at least took a couple snaps at right tackle
in practice today.
Yeah, which.
Well, there you go.
That's
a good point.
To my knowledge, that's never happened before, or at least has never happened this year. That's the first time because it really caught my eye. What is Ezra Cleveland doing on the right side in general, even more so at tackle and not guard? So, if I were to take this and run with this, did Pregnon show that much that they're like, well, where's our biggest problem spot? Well, if Cole Van Lannon can't go, this is the Cole Van Landen not having him experiment.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Let's put Ezra at right tackle because we don't have a right tackle, and Pregnon will just be the starting left guard in week 1.
This is exactly what Austen just said. It's like now that you flashed a little bit, do you show more opportunities?
Yeah, I think you do. I mean,
yeah.
Bro, if Ezra Cleveland is starting at right tackle in week 1, I think he can play it. But, like, tell me that 3 weeks ago. Like, what in the
You
world?
didn't know that. What's the point of practice if you don't know that
What's the other option?
No. I'm just, well, I mean, you have other options.
Well, Chuma's banged up.
I get
Walker Little.
Yeah, you probably don't necessarily want to see him out there.
Listen, this goes back. They're going to say they're going to play their best 5. They're going to find spots for their best 5. I think there's criticism in that too, Hamby. I get what you're saying.
But I would have thought Milam would have gone out there before Ezra at right tackle.
He did at times.
Because
he did last week at practice or last couple weeks in practice. He's been out there. Maybe they didn't see enough. You know, again, this is a regime that firmly believes in how you practice.
Man, they're
if they didn't see enough in right tackle, they didn't see enough from Walker Little to hold down the left tackle spot in the first place. They didn't see enough about Chuma Edoga to hold down the left tackle spot either. So they move Anton Harrison. He never goes back and takes another rep, by the way, at right tackle. So he's now at left tackle for sure. Hainsey's obviously entrenched at center. That's the one spot we can certainly say.
You have one guarantee.
And probably Anton. I think Anton and it seems like Hainsey are guaranteed.
Awesome.
But yeah, I don't know if it's panic button. Get that panic button ready.
It's been downloaded and it's now confirmed in the system.
Listen, we go back and forth on this, and I get it. It's a practice and a couple of reps. I still believe having Ezra Cleveland as your left guard is the right way to go. He was your best offensive lineman last year. Again, I think I can argue. Why change that up, what you know? I'm a big what you know guy, but I also think, hey, if you're going to preach getting the best 5 guys out there and making it work, well, maybe this is the way to make it work. If Pregnon has been practicing well, which is so much harder to tell, but then definitely what we saw in the game, and maybe they saw some nice things against the Saints in the joint practice from him too. So this is multiple days on tape of good things to what you say sparks this potential, at least experiment. That's what I would call it right now. More of an experiment to, hey, let's see if we're going to preach. We're going to get our best 5 guys out there. Guess what, Ezra? We might need to kick you out to the right side.
Yeah, Hamby, is it in the cart in terms of the panic button? Is it in the cart?
Hamby, is it in the cart?
It's
a radio term, right?
It's
there.
a great
in the cart,
or is that a shopping cart like Amazon?
No, I was referring to the radio.
Yeah,
cart.
that's a good radio cart.
Right?
I'll put it this
he
way.
doesn't know what cart is.
It's all good.
But
Is it in the cart?
It's in preview. How about that?
Okay, so yeah, it's in the cart. Now we're not going to the checkout line quite yet.
That's right.
Self-serve or the assist, but it's in the cart, and here's why it's in the cart. I don't know how many teams right now around the NFL because I don't really watch offensive lines like that. But we can sit here and say right now that there's 3 positions for the offensive line that we don't know what it's going to be. And there's not a lot of teams
What
in the
3?
Huh?
Left guard, right tackle?
Correct.
You're willing to go there that quickly?
Well, I don't know, Brent. If Ezra Cleveland's playing right tackle, that makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of a jump. A couple of snaps versus playing.
Yeah, I mean,
it
was
tomorrow's practice. And then we can go there.
Okay.
It's okay. It doesn't mean you have to believe it.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for another practice.
I think when you've had probably the surest thing, your best athlete, Ezra Cleveland, at one position, and all of a sudden you're asking him now to go, hey, let's try right tackle out real quick. You're an athlete. Let's see how that works. I'm going to put something behind that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
that's okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it. 3 positions that you don't really know right now, and I'm not sure how many teams in the NFL right now can say, yeah, we don't know about 3 starting offensive linemen right now, what it's going to look like.
That's not good.
I would say this. There's some some
not yet,
some
not
thought
yet,
in
not
the
yet.
chat that I just saw something, and now it's gone, but something about, they invested. I think this team has invested in their offensive linemen. I think they've actually done, they thought, again, they had 9 or 10 guys that they could roll out there if needed in a real game on a Sunday. They felt good about that. Well, what starts to happen is this. I mean, again, McCary to me has always been interesting because of the back. The back as an offensive lineman is not something to mess around with. Like, you either can or you can't, and you can get old real quick in that spot. And listen, he's not an all-pro guy to begin with. So, but that's another guy that also has practice in multiple positions. So when he does come back, he might be able to fill in at right tackle or left guard or wherever else. He did that in his career. That's what he was before he got here. We see you in chat, Duval TV.
Yeah.
But I just, I I think they felt pretty good. Now, when you, again, Adoga, you go from, let's just say 9. Let's not go 10. Let's just say 9. Well, Adoga makes you 8. And now McCary, because he hasn't practiced, you don't know. That's 7. And Milam's not coming along, I think, as fast as, fair enough to say, as fast as we thought. Like, Pregnon, boom, you saw something. I don't think we've really seen that with Milam. Does that mean now 6? And is Pregnon one of those? He's your 6th guy? Or is, maybe I'm misdoing some math here because Monheim's in there somewhere too, and I think they do like him. So maybe that's where the 10 was, if you really count all these guys. I actually think Pregnon probably is your 10th. That now he could go in there, because at first I don't think they were relying on him much, but he's jumped into the conversation. Yeah. So again, now you're down to maybe, let's just say 7 players. You thought it was 10. So that's that. A little bit of that injury, a little bit of that non-practice, and a little bit of that is performance.
What do we know? The Cole Van Lannon, he's on schedule. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So I mean, basically the
schedule for what?
Well, they are still. I don't know exactly. They are still mixed on whether he'll be back for week 1. There is not a, he'll be back for week 1, but there's not a, no way he won't be back for week 1. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's as simple as that. So I would suggest they're 50-50 on Cole Van Lannon for week 1, which I think if you're 50-50, then you have to
err on the side of
not
caution.
Play, right? You have to be like, okay, well, what are we doing without him? Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that, Duval TV. I feel like I haven't heard a ton on the McCary stuff, so I'm not sitting here telling you I know something or I'm hiding it from you. I haven't heard a lot on it. I just am putting the pieces together on a guy that had a significant back injury last year, and I just. And now is not practicing. This is, again, I brought up earlier in the show, it's very similar to Eric Armstead. And Eric Armstead actually ended up playing right away last year.
Yeah.
Right? This was last year Eric Armstead didn't play much in training camp.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right? I have that right timeline-wise. So it feels very similar to that. That's a veteran guy. You know he can do his job. You're going to rest him as much as possible. Maybe that's it. Okay. And he comes in and plays. But I really don't know that. I don't know how any of us could know that. And as you know, this regime does not say a lot in front of a microphone on injuries.
Abby, you mind just? I'm not going to press it, but I forgot what it looked like.
See it?
Oh wow!
Wow, that's a pretty one.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Does that end up flipping into red?
Come to press you again.
We got a new one, guys.
Offensive linemen,
so that is new.
Dropping.
That is nice.
Do you want to see the full thing?
Yeah, what the hell? Let's do it. Just get.
Cole Van Lannon, when are you coming back?
Oh, no.
That's just that's what it could look like.
We're not going to press it.
This is just a test.
We're not going to press it, but we just figured we would debut it.
You press it and Pitbull starts coming or something? Like at the party?
Did I miss this?
No, this is brand new.
This is brand new.
This is I figured we would upgrade. Yes, nice I figured we would upgrade
like
from our yellow and red panic button.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very good.
Because we reserved the panic button for only Jags.
I feel like Austin, we should make him a license plate for the front of his truck like this.
Yeah,
that's what this looks like.
Yeah, but no, that's amazing. No, like AI wins out again, man.
I'm gonna get you that for Christmas.
Do we have a Titans sleeper button as well yet or not? Because make sure you get that.
Well,
coming
we can
up
get
as
that
well.
The snooze button.
The
snooze button. Yeah, hit the snooze button.
Yeah, man, I like that a lot. After that first game, they showed.
Yeah, let's
yikes.
Hey, let's hit a break. Brent and Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network.
Two breaks in, fellas. Two breaks in.
I know. Hey, listen, this is the way we roll on a preseason week too. A game a couple days ago. We will. I didn't want to catch your guys' thoughts on if we saw anything else around the league that got your attention. Did you see that 4 AL East teams are in the playoffs right now?
Oh, really?
That's unbelievable.
We got to talk like 2 minutes of baseball at least.
2 minutes.
Something happened that'll never happen again on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that was actually kind of cool.
And I appreciate that against the Cubs too. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Brewers stay hot, don't they? They beat the Dodgers up, right?
Imagine everyone talking about the Brewers getting Tarek Skubal when they have Logan Henderson. You know, what are you gonna do?
I saw Kyle Tucker misplay a ball in right field.
Dude, he's been horrible.
Did you see him loaf?
He's getting booed.
Loaf?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
$60 million, man.
Loafing, man.
By the way, that's the dumbest contract ever to begin with.
Game on the line, and the guy's walking.
Unbelievable.
Yikes.
We'll be back. Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Local sports content anytime and anywhere. That's been the vision of the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network as we bring you live events and exclusive interviews just like this.
I'd be lying if I'd have said in 1995 when they picked me that 30 years later I'd be sitting here.
Let's see this weigh in right now. What do we got? Oh, we got a big hole. 44.48. There's the moment here.
Lead is 14, matching the largest of the game. Crawford, he did it again!
If we can't do the minimum of making it to the Final Four, then something's really not right.
And it's only growing from there. So join the thousands of people that have been tuning into the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network each week. Download the apps, save the website, or tune into any of our social media platforms as we bring you local sports anytime and anywhere. So come watch some sports with us on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Nimnicht is synonymous with Jacksonville, and now in 2026, Nimnicht is celebrating 85 years of partnerships with you. Longevity equals trust, and you want a car dealership you can trust. Thousands of vehicles sold, generations of families, all part of the Nimnicht family of dealerships. It's nobody but Nimnicht, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnicht Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road.
Congratulations to Jordan Matthews, our committed to the uncommitted player of the year.
Nobody but Nimnicht. They are there for you and your causes, your car buying experience, and they are there for you 24 hours a day at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. Experience professional grade with big inventory and even bigger savings. And Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified dealership. Nobody but Nimnicht for 85 years. This milestone belongs to you, Jacksonville. It can be a silent killer, but awareness is getting louder. Blood clots take more lives each year than car crashes. And just like driving, you have to be defensive. A few easy ways to protect yourself or someone you love are to learn your Caprini risk score and ask your doctor about your blood clot prevention plan. Emily's Promise is a local nonprofit named for Emily Atkins, a young woman from Fernandina Beach who died after a preventable blood clot following a broken ankle. Her legacy is now driving change across Florida. The Emily Atkins Family Protection Act strengthens how hospitals screen for clot risks and train staff to recognize warning signs. Blood clots can affect anyone, including athletes, and the signs can be easy to miss. So be aware, be defensive, and help beat a silent killer with loud attention to risk factors and symptoms. Learn more at emilypromises.com. That's emilypromises.com. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I got to update this. Hamby just letting us know that Liam Cohen also said Chuma Edoga could return by the end of camp. I don't think anybody thought that could happen.
Great news.
So that's really good news to you. I mean, again, if he doesn't, even if he's out for the first month of the year.
Yeah, seriously.
I think when you look at an injury like that, you get carted off, then you're kind of curious. So, or really not even that curious. You jump to conclusions. So I think that's a very good sign that to add to the depth in the conversation that we were just talking to about with that offensive line. So, Hammy making FSU panic.
No, sir.
Well, that one's already hit, man.
That one's been pressed
That one
for
is
3
on
years.
That one is on license plates. They're actually selling that in Florida on the DMV.
Pacemaker, man. Like that's inserted into your whole body, into your whole soul, your being. Like you know exactly what it is.
I looked at Mets are hot, only 12 games out of the way. I looked at the Mets like, are they on borderline the worst record in baseball?
Are they?
The Mets, I think they're close. I think the Rockies are the worst. Once in a while, I just take a quick peek at the standings because I forget and where everybody is. But gosh, like the Mets have never this year gone on like a run of any kind, like to win like 6 out of 7. I think they haven't even done that. It doesn't feel like. And even when the Mets have a team that is more talented than their record, so you'd figure they would at least have a good couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They have not. Quick baseball thought. Oh, Tommy John passed away. He had 288 wins, 12 wins away from 300. They name a whole procedure after you. Somebody, I think, mentioned this week he should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, maybe there's an argument to be made.
Did he get royalties?
I don't think he ever made anything off that. I don't know how that works. Also, that's a good question. I'm not sure what you could imagine if everybody who had it.
Well, I mean,
that would be unbelievable.
Come on, man! Like
that would be unbelievable.
Yeah. He would be sponsoring all the travel ball tournaments.
Yes.
Speed up that process.
That's right. Maybe he's behind it all, but that. It is fast. Is there anything like that? Like a procedure is named for somebody?
Not a procedure. I don't.
Or anything medically related?
Oh,
I'm talking like a player.
Liz Frank.
Was there an old runner named Liz Frank?
No, that was a horse. That was like a general, wasn't it, or something? That like got his foot stuck in. Yeah, because I went down a deep rabbit hole one day when I had my Liz Frank injury.
Yeah.
Because all my friends were making fun of me. They're like, you got your little Elizabeth Frank injury. I'm like, yeah, man, it actually really hurts, but thank you. And then I looked it up. And I think it's like, I don't know if it's a captain or something, but he got his foot stuck in the stirrup of a horse, I believe.
Liz Frank de Saint-Martin, a French field surgeon and gynecologist who served in Napoleon's army during the Napoleonic Wars, first described midfoot injury pattern and joint amputation method in 1815. That's what I found from AI.
What year?
1815.
I don't mean to be immature, but they had gynecologists back then?
Yeah, that's a very...
For real? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's immature. I think that might be a reasonable question.
Isn't that kind of... Okay. Didn't know that. Okay.
That's it. How did Lynn Frink get its name? Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit more on this. He described a midfoot amputation technique after a cavalry soldier fell off a horse with his foot trapped in a stirrup and developed gangrene.
Oh.
That's how it happened.
So dude was like just getting dragged by his horse in the stirrup.
Yeah, basically hanging off the horse. And so what they amputate.
You think of Daniel Jones like trip and fall when he's at the Giants and the sidelines was bad. Like that's wild.
Mr. Hugo.
Gehrig.
Yeah, that's a good one. Unfortunately, it's not a good one, but that's you're right. Yes, maybe that's more common than I know in terms of injuries named after athletes. Reese says, Austin, did you watch UFC 330? What do you think about them not stopping the fight with the dude whose shin was split open? I didn't see a bunch of it.
Yeah.
What do you think of UFC 330?
Overall, like the co-main event, I was bummed because I'm Jillian's one of the homies. She fought Mackenzie Dern's for the championship. Mackenzie, I mean, she's an equally, if not better, grappler than Jillian was. And then when you add the striking, is just, it was what it was. And then It wasn't a good look, I felt like, from Din Thomas, who was Jillian's coach, who also does commentary, essentially said that he's going to retire because Jillian's gone as far as she can go.
Oh, wow.
Which I feel like wasn't the time or place to do that, especially after
Not something you want to hear from your coach?
had a devastating defeat.
Yeah.
Right? So that was a little weird. Main event, Islam did his thing against Ian Gary. I think, Ian Gary had a chance, just didn't have that killer instinct in the 5th round. And there's a weird thing about it, and I guess I've never really gone to the third. Well, I've gone in the 3rd round. I'm sorry, I got on the 4th round once. I don't understand between rounds when you're hugging you're the guy in front of you. It's like, hey man, what's
you
a
never
good fight?
understood that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, because it's like I get it, you're putting on a good show.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like, hey man, I'm trying to knock your head off, but go ahead and bring it in real quick, dog.
Curious
I got you,
too.
man.
Maybe a touch of the gloves, okay?
Yeah, a touch of the gloves is fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm gonna knock your face off. But hey man, first let me just come on.
Yeah, I
got you, dude.
I tell you what,
Love you, man.
I've watched that stuff and I've been like, that is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But you understand there's a good fight going on in real time. I guess you can appreciate that.
Sure.
But to that degree, that's why a touching of the gloves is fine enough.
Yeah. It's a really professional wrestling, I feel like, more than actual fighting.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
But to answer the shin splint, no, man, if you it's just blood. Be all right.
So it was just bleeding profusely. I didn't see it.
Be all right. Yeah.
I did have a question, actually. I'm glad UFC got brought up because I saw something that I really couldn't tell what happened. It was a Saturday night coming back on the from New Orleans, and I saw you're gonna have to help me here. The Scottish submission something.
Oh, that's my yeah.
I guess very
Twister.
rare.
Scottish Twister.
Scottish Twister.
Yeah.
So it's very rare.
Yeah.
But here's what I need help on. I couldn't tell what submitted him.
Can I put Hamby in it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hamby, can I put you in it?
Sure.
The Twister's my favorite move.
Really? So
I love Twister.
So it's super rare, but what I don't understand is what happened to the fighter. Why did he tap out? Because I couldn't tell from the video.
So this was a Scottish one. Basically, and by the way, shout out to Charles Johnson. That's former when I trained in Orlando. He was there. He's a really cool dude, man.
Okay.
He actually helped me out a lot with my jiu-jitsu game. You're basically putting a lot of pressure on the neck and the spine. So if you don't tap,
you could break your neck.
Well, it feels like I don't know how much tension you would need.
Yeah.
But in that situation, you feel like your neck's gonna break.
But his leg is basically wrapped around.
We got matched right there.
Yep. Let's do it.
We need new carpet. That's what we need.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you want to get down on that.
I don't know.
It's been here a long time, but we got new carpet over there, so maybe it's coming over
shot
here.
or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I saw his legs wrapped around basically his leg.
Correct.
And then his other one's obviously around his body.
Yeah.
And then you're twisting at the same time, up top around the neck. Is
that
kind of what I got?
Yeah. Imagine it's it can you ever see Braveheart?
Yeah.
At the end, when they're stretching Mel Gibson out and everything, it's imagine that, but instead of getting stretched straight out, you're getting stretched angle to angle.
Yeah.
So so his leg is compromised, and so his hip is stuck on the ground, and then his neck is going the opposite direction.
I try to do that at hot work sometimes.
Yeah.
In my hot yoga.
Yeah.
But not to the point of submission.
But yeah, dude, because I have really long legs. So
you can do it.
Oh man, I love it. So I don't do the Scottish one. I just do the straight up one.
Okay. What's the difference with the two?
So the Scottish is basically when they're almost on their side or actually facing you, and the original one is when you have a person's back. Okay. So their back's facing you.
I got you.
And then you can do it. Yeah.
But it's obviously hard to do in real time. That's why it's so rare.
It's tricky.
To get in that kind of position.
It's tricky, and only a certain group does it. So, for instance, I don't think Hamby's gonna ever work on a twister. It's a very much like a 10th planet system.
Okay.
The Gracies don't really promote
philosophies.
That. So it's a different coaching tree, right? Liam Cohen's coaching tree.
Okay.
Does certain thing. Yeah. So this is a very niche and very distinct coaching tree that comes with the twister.
Get Hamby in a classic sharpshooter. What is it?
I can do a sharpshooter.
Would we rather have him in a sharpshooter or a Scottish twister?
Bruh,
Twister's going to hurt a lot more.
Yeah, the sharpshooter ain't going to do crap.
What is the sharpshooter?
Oh, I can put it. Okay. But we're going to stretch out that spine. The sharpshooter's the Hitman Hart. The sharpshooter.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Just do it on Hamby real quick. Yeah. Hey,
Hamby, ready?
That sounds like it could be a good lost the bet during the season.
Yeah.
Like we're thinking of punishments.
It's not really that much of a punishment, though. I'm just going to tap, and he's going to let go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt
I still want to see it, all right?
I mean, I'll do it right now. It's not a punishment.
I mean, and let's take it easy and pick up on our bets. We're still waiting for some Spanish food from you, Brent. So it's all good.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
It's all good, though.
It's been on. It's
all
on
good.
the radar.
It's all good.
I get
We'll get it. We'll get it in time
How
for the next
big
World
is the
Cup.
radar? Is that what I want to know? Let's see this radar.
How big is the radar?
For 3 days. I got to be here for it.
Dude,
of course.
to the radar.
I actually just saw. I have Chandler on it for me, and he's reminded me twice in the last week. And I was like, yeah, I think this week's going to be tough because we're going to go out to joint practice. Practice tomorrow,
Chandler's
joint practice
radar.
Wednesday. Got to be here.
Yeah,
it's coming your way. Do you have a? Do I pick the restaurant, or do you guys want to pick?
I think it was. I think it was your
segment.
Yeah, but
Hammy, can we go to the Twister before we leave today? What are you wearing first? Are you wearing like jeans or something? Or are we good?
You know I don't wear jeans.
That's a good
I'm
point.
wearing shorts.
on.
All right,
Same
yeah.
thing you are,
We've made that happen.
That's fine.
I'll record it. We'll play it tomorrow.
Yeah. Say Trinidad Chambers one more time and see what happens. Dude didn't want to bet me. Did you hear he turned on the bet?
I did see he turned down the bet.
Totally
I heard
different
that.
thing.
The big argument was that Trinidad Chambers third round. Take him next year. Get a third round pick for a backup quarterback.
Because he's not going to make it to the third round.
That's what I tried to bet, and he didn't want it. Well, ironically though, if Trinidad Chambers wouldn't have went back for another year, and he went to the draft or whatever,
yeah,
he probably wouldn't have gone the first 3 rounds, would he have?
In this draft?
In this draft, yeah.
I feel like in this draft he would have. I mean, there
like
were
a lot more quarterbacks next year.
Okay.
There were no quarterbacks.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, you just feeding Mr. Hugo on this World Cup.
Well, hey man, I mean, when was it? July was the end of the World Cup.
I mean, we started the news network in the last 3
About
weeks.
a month
all right?
in
Been
from paying
busy.
up the bet. Yeah. This was Vegas. Brent's kneecaps would have been broken twice over by now.
Yeah, that's
Brent would be in the bottom of the swamp right now. Yeah.
Hey, Hamby, you wanted to talk baseball real quick?
Yeah, man. I mean, unbelievable this dude for the Cardinals. I didn't know it was happening.
Oh, yeah, Baez. Guess a Boston kid. I didn't even know that.
Guy hit friggin' 3 bombs in his first 3 ABs in the big leagues.
Don't think it will ever happen again.
No
Never.
way.
No, there's no way.
That's incredible.
Hey.
Only 2 dudes had ever done 2.
It's really, I wouldn't even have got
He joined.
that.
There's a list of 3, and he's one of them.
But by that second home run, I'm on the phone with my agent saying, "Hey, we gonna get a new contract or what?"
He's a big dude now.
Because I'm not going back out there unless I get a new contract.
Well,
I
apparently,
hit 2 home runs and 2 at bats.
So that he'd hit 34 bombs in the minors this year.
This year, wow.
So he's. I mean, that's. his
he's
game.
a big dude.
Yeah,
now.
he's a hoss.
Yeah.
But and it took me back because one of my earliest. Well, it's not that early, but had to have been 10. One of my first baseball memories was watching opening day of, I guess it was the 2010 season, where Jason Hayward hit a 3-run bomb in his first ever big league at bat on opening day off Carlos Zambrano in a 7-run inning. And I was on my grandpa's couch, and I heard Carrie. That's the welcome to the show call that was in all the video games.
Okay.
And so I it's a bigger deal now for me listening to him call a dude's first, like he did it yesterday, but after it wasn't a part of his like live call. He did it after the guy had when they were going to the commercial break, but it was almost nostalgic. It was like, man, like that call that'll always be in my brain because it was his first big league at bat for Hayward. And now here we are again, and there's Kerry on the mic doing the call. So I thought that was really interesting, and obviously, yeah, I mean, even the first one is insane, but to hit all off the same pitcher, I mean, just call him daddy. On Father's Day, Matthew Boyd needs to call Baez until they ever face off again, because that dude came up in his first day and hit 3 bombs off you, bro. That's insane.
It's pretty crazy. Is that your baseball thought?
Yep, that's
or do you have another one?
No, that's all.
I mean, it was a good one.
That was a good one.
History
No,
was
I
made.
didn't know if there was something else.
We don't have a Braves reporter.
I was
good?
oh, that's what I'm waiting for usually.
Well, I did crush. I did kind of crush Anthopoulos for not making any moves and only getting Tyler Mahle at the trade deadline, and
crushed the Brewers too. Yeah.
Well, Mahle's been our best pitcher.
Oh,
He's had 3 quality starts.
Would you look at that?
Unbelievable.
And would you look at the Brewers pitchers that they acquired? How good they're doing all of a sudden. They get that cat from Colorado Rockies. Oh, he throws 94. Take him to the pitching lab. 98 miles per hour. All good. Add an extra 4 miles per hour to the velocity. We're all good.
Oh, also.
And Dustin May, yeah, looks pretty good.
Jeffrey Yan. We have a Jeffrey Yan update. The freaking clown of the Mets who jumps up and down.
Yeah.
He thought he had a strikeout, jumped up and down, and on the way down, he hadn't even hit the floor yet before he was challenging. He was challenging the pitch, and it was a ball. It stayed a ball. So
I thought he hurt himself or something.
No, he did a little jump for ball 3. It was funny.
That's funny. Do we have? I just texted you this, but I don't know if we have it yet. I was checking if they sent this Emmanuel Pregnon interview.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But we're about to have our recycled headlines.
Well, we could do that. Let's check in. You want to do that?
Yeah.
We'll check in with Liv on that. Maybe we'll get hopefully a Pregnon interview before the end of the show. If not, we'll bring it to you tomorrow. And obviously tonight on First and 10 Training Camp, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. RepublicServices.com, RecyclingSimplified.com as well. Make sure you check out your lithium batteries in your house. Throw them out the right way. You can check out RepublicServices.com/lithium batteries. And let's get our recycled headlines of the day in with Liv Tassley.
A slightly frustrated head coach Liam Cohen following today's practice, all because of the depth issues this Jacksonville Jaguars team is facing at the offensive line position as well as the linebacker position. He wanted to keep the pads on the entire practice. Instead, he had the team go take them off for the final practice periods, including those 2-minute drills. He said the guys conditioned well in the pads. He saw what he needed to see, so it just didn't seem sound enough to keep those pads on. Speaking of the depth issues at that offensive line, we did see Walker Little back at practice today in pads. He participated in the individual drills, but sat off to the sidelines during those team drills and did individual work during those periods. As far as the rest of the offensive line, a couple notable guys not seen at practice today are Ricky Lee, Chuma Ndoga, Jerion Christian, as well as Patrick Makari. So a very thin offensive line out at practice today. Travis Hunter spoke on the podium. He says he is feeling like himself again. He cut out fast food entirely from his diet, as well as drinking more water and cutting out the Gatorade and Powerade options to his diet. There will be spiders tomorrow before full pads when the Carolina Panthers come to town on Wednesday. That'll do it for your recycled headlines, guys. Let's go back to you.
That's a lot of stuff.
Gatorade stock just dropping.
I was going to say. Yeah,
Gatorade stock just like, what the hell?
That was good. A lot of stuff there.
Oh. Sorry, Gatorade.
And also notable, too, is the starters trending toward playing. I've already seen some stuff out there expected to play. I don't think I'd go that firm with it. It's trending to play on a Monday. It's not expected to play. I think there's a little bit of a difference there. Maybe semantics, but either way, that's a 180. Just telling you, that's a 180. And maybe even taking some of the pads off later in practice indicates that again, that, okay, we're not going to get all work in today because now we're going to get some more work in Friday. So, hey, good news. People are going to love it. You know, we'll talk as we get a little closer, but Everbank, I hear, looks a lot different. I haven't been inside there, but I hear you can really see a bunch of the work done, not just from what we can already see on the outside, but you'll be able to tell on the inside. And it'll be interesting to be inside Everbank Stadium and see that and get a feel for what's going on. They've obviously done a ton of construction work, but that's been halted for now as the season gears up. They'll probably get back in there, I think, in the month of October when the Jags are in London. But for the most part, you're not going to see major construction again until after the season there at Everbank Stadium. So I'm kind of interested to see it because I heard some stories of folks that were in it, and they were I couldn't really describe it well secondhand right now, but I was like, oh, wow, like, cool. You're going to notice it, I think, as a fan, not just like the roof part going on and obviously the upper deck not being used and the parts that you see from the outside. You'll even see where like the new club areas are being formed and other things like that. So a lot of work being done. Travis Hunter, she mentioned, and I didn't see Travis Hunter's presser yet, but it's just amazing how much this guy, everything he does is so, like you said it, Gatorade, Powerade, whatever, all that. It's like that remember when Josh Hines Allen said I didn't like Dasani water or something like that at one of the camps? And they're like, hey, we just signed Coke.
Yeah, right. Take it easy, man.
Easy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know who owns Gatorade and Powerade. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
probably
yeah.
one of them owns
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it's really wild to me that a guy that put on that kind of weight also eliminated that kind of food. It feels like you could almost eat anything you want if you were trying to put on 12 or what did he gain? 13 pounds, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, but man, everything this guy is it's gold. Everything's got like 1 million views. I mean, we have him dancing before the game. It's like 1 million views.
What do we got right here?
This was him. He went
Bonnabelle High School.
to Bonnabelle High School in New Orleans and visited basketball and football teams.
Cool.
And it's just this age group just gets so excited to see Travis Hunter.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
And that's not a new thing. But I also think
this is pretty nuts.
Yeah, look, you're so excited to see
Like
him walk
most
in.
times when an athlete comes in, the high school guys try to play it cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were jazzed up.
Crazy. Yeah.
And I mean, he has a hard time standing. I think Noah said it today. Like, hey, look, he was doing all this stuff, and he just has a hard time sitting still.
Mm-hmm.
You can really tell that. Like, even it's going to be so hard for him on the sideline to not play. He's really excited probably about going in on Friday.
Without a doubt.
And then I thought it was interesting in practice today. He buttoned up BTJ on in some of that red zone 7-on-7 work, and then literally like 3 minutes later, he was trying to catch a pass from Carter Bradley, and he actually probably should have had it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a great ball, but he should have had it. And it just when you see it like that, like we saw in the Saints practice, it really does show you in real time how quick he's turning around and playing that other side of the ball sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a testament, and you can break down Travis Hunter for hours and say why he's so great and everything. But if you want to look at the psychology of it, to me, he's like a kid on Christmas when it comes to football. And I think, like, you ask a lot of NFL guys, like, what their best times of playing football are. They'll probably, like, if they're honest, they'll say high school. Because, like, those are the guys that you came up with and everything. Like, those are the guys, Yeah, it's just like, no other worries. It's just like you're kind of the big man and in the high school rocking the jersey on Fridays. Like, there's nothing better than high school football. Like, when you get to college and if you can make it to the pros, you're lucky enough, like, it starts to become a business a little more, and it starts to become like other like political things. But like I feel like Travis Hunter, he's kept it like he's in high school. Like he's dancing, he's having a great time, and yeah, that's who he is, and more power to him. But like I think that's kind of a rare trait these days.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people want to treat it like a business, and
No,
you
you're right.
got to show up. Now we'll see once it comes time to re-up and get a new contract how that is handled and everything, especially such a unique situation of playing both sides of the ball. But right now, dude's just having fun, man.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Trevor brought it up in the broadcast interview again. He's just like seeing the smile, the juice. He didn't say the word juice, but the reference to him basically like that. And like it's real. Like that stuff is real. And that's just power of being around people too, right? If you got a smile on your face and you're around people, feels like it's a good couple minutes rather than the alternative. And everybody just keeps raving about it's almost like robotic how he just he can keep running. He can run forever. I mean, that's the gift. Like maybe the gift above gifts is his endurance.
Yeah.
That doesn't even look trained. Like a marathon runner.
Yeah.
But it's like the marathon runner, the guy who can do 130 miles in Death Valley. Right? That's a different dude.
Correct.
Like the body doesn't seem like you should be able to do that.
Nope.
And that's what he's obviously doing in football. A couple other things I'd like to hopefully we'll see if it comes in or not. If not, we'll get it tomorrow. Might be too long with the Pregnon interview. But we're kind of interested to see what he has to say coming off that debut. So again, we'll have it for you tonight, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. And we're probably not going to get to it today, Hamby. I know they were trying to get it back to us, but I don't think it will. I want to ask you a couple other things though, about what went on around the league. Did the Cardinals make a mistake, or is it just part of the risk you take on Love getting hurt?
No, I mean it's not a serious injury, right? Like
It's an ankle, but it's
a high ankle
ready
sprain.
for the high ankle sprain is usually
Let's
pretty
talk.
significant, and inside a month to go to the regular season could impact him early in the season.
No, I don't think I mean, once again, injuries happen, and in hindsight, being 2020, it was horrible. Should have set him the whole time, but
second guess it,
he's a rookie.
But the guy, there's a difference between playing and getting freaking 14 carries. I mean,
How
why?
many series was it?
He was in there for half the game. I mean, why are we getting the guy 14 carries? Get him 4 carries and get him on
Seems
the.
like a lot for a first preseason game, if I'm being honest with you. But you wouldn't have complained about it if it was 13 carries and he didn't get hurt.
Well,
right? Yeah. I'm just saying that nobody would be complaining about it. So, but that's the risk you run. I also get LaFleur doing that, much like Cohen did last year. He has no idea about his football team.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're going to check that out. I mean, it was risky business playing Travis Hunter in the preseason last year, honestly, because you wondered about some of that. Well, but they wanted to see him do it, and I get it.
He had 11 carries.
Oh, is that what he had, 11?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was, okay, maybe it was 14 touches. Did he have a couple catches? I swear, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was.
But
14.
either way, if it was 10,
yeah,
it would have been fine,
not
right?
Great.
Mendoza played a lot, Glenn, probably because, well, Kirk Cousins is basically starting there.
Yeah.
Right?
And, like, once
He's
you don't want to
play
see a
right
guy
now.
get hurt at all, but, like, Kirk Cousins is the starter. So
yeah, absolutely.
Give the rook some reps.
Did you see? I saw this one tweet. I thought it was pretty funny. I didn't realize what the hell they were talking about at first, and then it hit me. But the guy's like, what did he say? The tweet was like, LaFleur says love is so of this, and then people were like, are you talking about Green Bay or Arizona?
Right.
And I was like, what are they talking about? And then it hit me. It took me a while. But
then you could make it more specific and go, M. LaFleur says J. Love.
Yeah, I think Rappaport put that one. That's where I saw it.
It is crazy how the brothers have players named Love on both. Yeah. What are the odds of that?
Significant players, too. That you're going to reference like a lot if you're reporting on it.
Yeah.
I can see how that would be a little bit of an issue.
Wow.
So that part's pretty wild. We talked a little bit about Jackson Dart. What about Von Miller? You think he's got anything left in the tank? And should the Jags at all be in the market for that kind of player? There are a lot of folks that think Von Miller, the Jags should have looked after.
Yeah.
I guess my point here is your thought on him going to the Cowboys. But also, because BJ Green's had such a nice camp, do we feel so much better about the Jags' depth behind Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker? That was a big offseason topic around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, once again, they addressed it a little bit too in the draft, right? Now, whether that comes to fruition this year or not, but I think you feel okay with what they have at the edge in terms of depth. Now, you still want to see Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon stay healthy the entire year. I mean, I don't know how much Von's got left in the tank, especially a guy who has kind of made his bread and butter based off of the speed and the dip and the rip and everything. But if it's a situation where, hey, 3rd and long, get in there, yeah, go let him eat them. Like, I mean, dude's got quite the resume.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I here's the deal with me, and this probably is not a good way to think. If Seattle signs him, I feel pretty good. Or Denver signs him, I feel pretty good.
Okay.
If Dallas signs him, I'm like, yeah, that ain't going to work out too well.
Yeah.
That kind of feels like the way Dallas is.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
But they're not afraid to accumulate those big names, even maybe at the back end of their career.
Well, just paid Quinn Williams some money.
They sure did, but that guy's still at his prime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No doubt
and
about
they got
that.
Rashawn Gary now, too.
Interesting question from Mr. Hugo, not when the Spanish food is coming to the Brent and Austin show, but instead, if Minshew becomes available, would you like to see him come back? And that is a real possibility, right? I mean, what are they doing with Gardner Minshew? Because you got Beck and Brissett.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a fair question. I hadn't really thought about it, but I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like him better than what we have right now. And once again, knock on wood, if it comes down to Trevor goes out for a couple weeks, you need maybe 2 or 3 wins to try to go to the playoffs. I like Minshew's chances a lot better than what we have right now.
Yeah,
so,
I think there are a couple of things on that one. Just, for more food for thought. I think when Minshew got traded to Philadelphia, he was in a spot where he got an opportunity in Jacksonville. They were 1-15. They didn't have a very good football team around him. And so he still thought at that stage, like, hey, I can be a starter in the league. And not to say he doesn't think he can be a starter in the league now, but time has now changed what his trajectory is, right? And so for now, he's a backup quarterback in the league. And I think there was some curiosity for a guy who wants to be the starter, feels like he can be the starter. Let's give him a chance to go somewhere else, change his scenery, because he ain't the starter here and he's not going to be with Trevor Lawrence. Well, now I think you circle back to that. Different regime. Time has passed, had some opportunities, still hasn't come to fruition. Again, I think now he's more staked into being a backup quarterback for some time in the league. If he gets a shot to play, he's going to make the most of it. Also, different regime certainly helps that too. So I just feel like there was a decent reason why I thought they moved on from Minshew for both him and the organization at that time. Mm-hmm. I think that has now changed a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so it would be a bit more, I don't know about welcome. It's not like he was unwelcome. I just feel like it would be a better fit now than it was a few years ago when they moved him.
Well, and especially, I mean, I think his biggest asset is his brain.
Absolutely.
And his ability to pick up things really quickly. And obviously with a pretty complicated scheme, like you're confident he can come in here, whatever it's week 1 against Cleveland, be the backup, and then by, I don't know, week 5, week 6, have a pretty good grasp of what the playbook's going to be.
Yeah. And by the way, I think if you're to that point, if you're a quarterback anywhere around the National Football League, and especially a backup one, Liam Cohen's becoming a guy you wouldn't mind playing for.
Yeah.
And feel like I don't know if he's at the Kyle Shanahan or O'Connell kind of top of the list yet, but I think he's getting there. And what he's been able to do with Baker Mayfield and Trevor Lawrence. All right, let's, I guess, end the show. That's it. 2 hours. Fast and furious.
In and out, man.
Panic button appeared. Did not necessarily get pushed.
It's in the cart.
But it's in the cart. And the big news today, again, is that the Jags are now trending toward playing their starters on Friday. Have a joint practice on Wednesday, which will be physical. Tomorrow, no pads. We'll be out there tomorrow. We'll be out there Wednesday as well. And then, of course, we got all the coverage for you coming up on Friday. 2 o'clock today, Talk It Up, as the last week of the regular season hits for the Jacksonville Waves in the new Upshot League, as the championship game approaches on August 29th right here in Jacksonville, and the Waves are in that game. Also tonight, 1st and 10 training camp, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
I got shafted.
You have happy hour today?
I'll be on happy hour, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to finally break down, because we never got to break it down on this show, in terms of, do you go with the more mentality and the physicality of Ventrell Miller and Chris Rodriguez, or are we going to go more with the diversity when we talk about Branson, Combs, and Tootin?
Oh, you guys didn't do that on Thursday.
Never did it.
Oh.
It's in the gout pile.
Well, you guys were hosting the show on Thursday. You could have done that.
It's in the gout pile. It's all right. See what happened to gout, by the way?
I did.
That's what I want to talk about. Dude messed up his career.
Oh, boy.
Started lifting weights. That was going to be my big thing, is should young athletes lift weights if they're freaks in nature?
Yeah. No. Like me, I do not lift weights.
Oh, wow.
Dude tore a hamstring right off the bone.
Really?
Dude literally set the record in the 200 for his age group and beat out Usain Bolt. And then they said, well, hey, he's got promise. Let's get him in the weight room.
Young guys in the weight room.
Cautionary
too soon,
tale, man.
I agree with that. I'm in the minority on that.
Yeah.
But I think you can overdo it
Yep.
in the weight room. All right, have a good Monday, everybody.
When we say the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is everywhere, we mean it. If you don't want to see our ugly faces and you just want to hear our takes, listen to the podcast. It's up 30 minutes after every live show. Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Google Play. It's really that simple. Just pull out your phone. I'm on Spotify, Action Sports Jacks. Every episode is right there, split into hour chunks, so you get exactly what you're looking for.
I think it would be a better chance that Branson Combs wins the weak side linebacker spot than Wyatt Milam wins the right guard spot. And that's more because Patrick McCarry has done more in the league.
Stupid take.
He's more.
Maybe you only have 15 minutes before the kids come home. You don't have time to listen to the full show. You're craving Jags content. The YouTube page is for you. We have a separate playlist called Brent and Austen Show Segments. It's Jags-only conversations right there every day. Subscribe. Don't miss any Jags content. Action Sports Jacks.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily access Action News Jax Now using your Roku device. First, launch Roku. Next, use the menu list to scroll down to the search feature. Then, use the remote to enter Action News Jax into the search bar, and then click Action News Jax thumbnail. Once you see this screen, go ahead and select Add App. Wait a few seconds for it to install. Once it finishes installing, press the star button on your remote and click on Move App or Move App to the top. Finally, select the app back on your home screen to open it. Now you can watch all the great content on Action News Jax Now. Live daily breaking news.
We have breaking news happening right now in Clay County.
First alert weather and traffic.
Looks like we have a tornado warning. Let's take a look at that.
Action Sports Jax 24/7.
We've got the Brent and Austen Show daily, live sporting events, and long-form interviews you can't see anywhere else.
And shows like Law and Crime and much more. And that's how you access Action News Jax Now using your Roku device.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018,